Hi everybody, it's Olivia from Girlybunches. Got a bit of a different video here today. I've been tagged in a best of 2011 Tag Your It video by Debbie, and I'll put a link down below of her lovely YouTube channel, so go and check her out. So basically what it is you just show off the things that have made your year 2011 crafty wise. So Debbie is mainly a card maker and alters picture frames and makes beautiful things, so do go and check out her channel. But I don't really do that, obviously. I do crochet. I mean, I do things like that, but crochet is what I'm best at, so that's what I make my videos on. So I shall just show you the things that I couldn't possibly make anything without, if that makes sense. So obviously, being a crocheter, my first thing would have to be my crochet hooks. In this lovely elegant mug here, I'll just adjust the camera a little bit so you can see them. Yeah, here we go. So there's all my lovely crochet hooks all in one cup, and a nail file. Nothing worse than doing any work with yarn without a nail file to hand, just in case you snag that fingernail. A pen obviously lives in there, and then all of my crochet hooks. And I've got too many, I think. Probably these massive ones, but I do have a couple of favourites, and they would be my number 4 hook. My number 4, I've got a couple of those. Yeah, number 4s, very useful, use those a lot. But I do have one ultimate favourite one, and it's this one. It's a 2mm hook. I don't know if that will focus in. There you go. I do most of my work with this 2mm hook, and I probably would cry a lot without it. If I lost it, it would be devastating. I think I've got another 2mm hook, but it's just not the same as this one. You know, you just get a friend and you've got to use the same one. These tall ones here, these are Tunisian crochet hooks, also in a 4 and a 5. So they're very long, and you have a hook on the end, and you I'm just teaching myself this at the moment, and you it's kind of like a cross between knitting and crochet. It's good fun, I'm enjoying it, but it's a bit difficult. I'm finding it a little bit difficult at the minute to get my head around it. So yeah, that's my couldn't do much without that, my crochet hooks. So the next thing that goes with that would be my yarns, and I have quite a few, to say the very least, and some are in storage, and because I live in a little flat, so you know, space is at a premium. So I've got some nice big chunky wools and yarns like this, but my absolute favourite thing to work with is cottons. I've just got some of my pinks in a bag here. If you watch Debbie's video, you'll see what I mean here, but I have to have them colour coordinated. It just makes things much easier for me to see what I want to choose and pick and put together. So I like to mix my colours together. I don't really like just to stick to plain whites and things. I really like the use of colour. So I'm just going to insert a picture just now. Here it is. And that is all of my cottons, and that's basically my stash of yarns and what I use 90% of the time. I find cotton much more easier to use, and you'll see I've got lots of colours there, and you can. This is a 4-ply, so it's not too fine, but it does give a nice shape. And cotton is so durable. It's it's just my favourite fabric, but everyone's different, and each to their own, and that's good. We all like different things. So that's my favourite thing to use yarn wise. So I wouldn't have got very far without my mum, of course, to get me started in crochet. But once she'd got me started and hooked, as it were, excuse the pun, I then had to collect books. I love crochet books, and these are some of my favourite ones. This is a really lovely book. This is just all different borders. As you can see, there's a great selection of styles there. You can see that. Just fabulous, excellent book. I love it, and great use of colour again. That's Eddie Ickman Crochet Borders. Great book. Very, very good book. I highly recommend that one. By the same author, I think this one is as well. Crochet Motifs. I love this book a lot. This gives me lots of ideas. I don't tend to kind of copy patterns too much. I like to have a go myself, but I really love, I mean, that's just gorgeous, isn't it? Oh, love that. Love it a lot. Yeah, great ideas. I mean, you could put all these together to make a little blanket, anything. Oh, lovely. Could just look at these all day. I don't think I've made actually very many out of these books, but I'm like a saddo. I just like to look at them. This is one of my first books I got. I think this was a present, this book. And this just, again, ideas, basic stitches, projects to make. That's a lovely scarf. And I think these two books here are just amazing. Got them, I think I got them on eBay or Amazon, I can't remember now, but they are jam-packed with how to do different stitches. I mean, it's just completely jam-packed, and they're so great because you get the name, a picture of what it will look like, and then you get how to do it, and then a breakdown diagram. It's just brilliant, and both books are the same, absolutely jam-packed with ideas, stitches. Oh, it's just fantastic. I mean, someone has spent years writing books like this, and I'm very grateful to them because I wouldn't have got very far without them. So yeah, that's just a few. I've actually got some more coming from Amazon, so yeah, I'm going to need a flat just for my books and things. Okay, so what's next? Right, beads, I think. Yes, let's look at my beads. I've got quite a few beads. So this is my backup drawer of like little pearl beads there, and glass pearl beads. These funky beads. Yeah, these are on an old hairband, which I took it apart, and I'm going to keep those and use those for something else. Again, if you watch Debbie's video, you'll see how much she'll probably appreciate this. But yeah, all lined up, ready, waiting to be used. All different kind of glass beads, bugle beads. I don't know what they're called, but those big fat ones are lovely. I like using those. They fill up a nice gap. So yeah, like my beads a lot. And again, if I just move those out of the way, I've got some of these just basic plastic beads, but ever so useful. That's better, you can see them better. I mean, I think they're just kids' beads really, but I love them. I really do. Whoops, I've got the blue one in with the orange. That wouldn't do, would it? Anyway, so that's my beads. And then buttons. Yeah, love buttons. These I got on eBay. Just all of these lovely buttons, all sorted out into different colours. They came in one big bag, and I had to sort them out. But everyone different, so every time I use a button, everything I make will be unique, because I'm certainly never going to find the same buttons ever again. However, there is always a button that you can't use, isn't there? Or there's always something, and it's this one. I just can't bring myself to use it. I just adore it. I love it. It's yeah, I should probably keep that one forever and ever, but might make something for myself with it. Okay, so that's those. Right, okay, so sorry guys, my camera ran out of battery there. So back again, right, so I've covered the beads, the buttons and the yarns, and here are my two favourite pairs of scissors. I mean, these are, I think these are jewellery making scissors actually, but they're very useful if you're sewing in ends. You don't have to put the scissors down because you can just hold them in your hand and then snip the ends off. I've just made a baby blanket, so I've got thousands of little ends to sew in, so I shall be using those later just to snip off those little ends. And then these, I think you've seen these in another video before. I love these. They got a nice little point in so you can get right in and cut the end and not your work. So yeah, don't cut your work, that would be disastrous obviously. So to go with the beads, actually, this isn't a crafting item. This is just something I bought because I really thought it was really cute, and it's Polish pottery. I got one for my mum as well, mainly as a decoration, but they do this tiny little size all the way up to big sizes that you can make big lovely crumbles in, which I've got one of to make puddings or pies or whatever in. And this is just yeah, Polish pottery, little dish, hand sponged, so cute. I love Polish pottery, love it. And this happens to be perfect for when I'm sewing in my my beads to my work, and it just holds a really nice little amount. And it's got that nice little dip so you can get your needle in, but when it comes to putting them back, you just got this nice little point at the end so you can get them all in the box nicely, apart from the two obviously that wanted to escape just then. So yes, come back. Yep, great little pot, that little dish, very, very useful, love it. So I couldn't possibly carry on crafting without that. I love it, it's perfect. So what else we got? Tape measure, can't really do much without the tape measure, really useful item. I suspect most people have got that in their collection of things. And this one, this I think you've seen in another video of mine, is my needle case. A bit mucky inside, a bit messy. I mean, not mucky, it's quite clean, very clean, just a little bit untidy, but it holds all my needles and pins. So, and this was made by my mum, so this is very special to me. So there's all my sewing machine needles, some pins. Oh, this looks like it would well, I don't know what you would do with that. If someone wants to tell me, please do. It looks like you could, well, I don't know, looks like it's meant for surgery, not for sewing. But yeah, let me know what that's for. I'm probably more scared of it, that's why it's at the back of my needle case. Yeah, a bit more pins, very useful pins. These great big needles, which are great for sewing in ends. Like I've mentioned before, you don't really want a sharp edge when you're sewing in ends because it will split the yarns, so that's useful. I've got a couple of those. I think they're tapestry needles, if anybody really wanted to get the same tapestry needles. And these are useful because my cottons, they're quite thick, so you do need quite a big end on them, but sometimes you need a thinnish needle to sew in some of those cotton ends. And yeah, I think I've got, yeah, these are my beading needles, and they are all bent out of shape like this, but they're brilliant because they're very useful for sewing on the those little beads that I've got, seed beads. Can you see that? Yeah, just about, very fine. And yeah, they're all bent like that, all of them. I don't know how that happens. I'm only sewing cotton and wool. It's not like I'm trying to sew it through wood or concrete, but there you go. I obviously abuse my needles, but they have a nice little home, don't they? Don't you think? I think so. Anyway, couldn't live without that. Need that. So while I do a lot of pinning and sewing things in, I often find that probably the carpet's not the best place to keep needles and pins. So one night I just made myself this funny little pin cushion, and I made it myself. There was no pattern to it. I just made it because I was sick and tired of dropping my pins and needles. and I can't imagine not having it now. I love it. To be honest, it's an ugly little thing. I'm not saying it's the prettiest pincushion in the world, but I really love it, and I couldn't entertain a bit of crafting without it by my side. So that's that. And there is probably one other tool that I couldn't do stuff without, and it's going to be a bit disjointed from the rest of the crochet stuff, but it's a glue gun. I love glue guns. I love sticking things with glue guns. I'm probably a little bit obsessed with the glue gun, if I'm truthful. I love it. This was a birthday present from my my mum and dad and granddad, so I love it for that reason. But it's got a nice fine nozzle. It's got a couple of other nozzles which are safely in a box in a drawer. There's always yeah, but that's my favourite one, this thin nozzle there. So that's my favourite items. So nothing too, you know, out of the ordinary really. Nothing out on its own very expensive either. Probably have more than enough yarn for the time being, but you never know. You never know, do you? If you see that ball of yarn, you need to have it. Well, you've got to have it, haven't you? Because that's the way we are. So that's just my few little crafty items. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I don't really know anyone else to tag, so if I think of some people, I shall have a look through who's subscribed to me and see if you are crafty people who haven't also done the same things. Most people have been tagged now, so yeah, or if you feel like doing your own video, let me know. I want to see it. But thanks again for watching, and I'll be back soon with some more crochet. Thank you. Bye.